Hello, Scorpio. Thank you for tuning into your general read. For the main part of the read, I'm going to use the Daily Tarot by Renata Lechner. For the supportive Oracle cards, the Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. I swear, I feel like I'm always, cleaning this box. I don't understand how that is such a grudge, or a grubby magnet. Although the cat likes to throw that box on the floor, so maybe that's part of it. I already shuffled. Let's see what we got. That's interesting. Let's see what's going on here. I think this is going to be good. There's no really bad cards here, but I have one card in the center that I'm questioning here. So we're going to find out. As you're coming into this situation, in the action line between you and whatever you're dealing with is the Queen of Wands. Now, this feels more like a cooperative effort that you're a part of. Don't get caught up in the gender, of course, but this is people coming together with passion, believing in what they're doing, being very self-motivated, moving forward in a very flowing motion. Things just, when this starts off, whatever the situation is for you, it's just everybody seems to be pulling their own weight without problem and actually helping each other. It feels very cooperative, to be fair. Now, this is how the situation kind of kicked off, and I'm getting like this actually bloomed into the Sun card. The situation, because of that, because everybody was kind of pulling their own weight, pushing it forward, helping each other out where necessary, everybody seemed very self-motivated. It turned out very well. It got to a point where it was going really, really good. And I'm getting you were very, very happy with this. You got the King of Cups. Again, don't get caught up in the gender, naturally. This is just saying that when you're looking at it on paper, everything looks great. Everything looks great. You're very happy with it. People get along. You're not seeing anything. There's nothing on the surface that says there's any problem here. Okay. Good. All right. Now, this is going on in the environment. And I'm not sure exactly where we're going to hit with this because I feel like the first two things you got coming in are harmony and divine guidance. This is in the environment. People want to get along. And I feel like they've got that spiritual push to like not let other people get under their skin, let things slide off their back. Some people are being urged not to say things that are a little bit more harsh. It's like that divine push to say, let's just get along. This is better if we all kind of work together. And it's very important for the situation. Like, that seems like when I'm getting divine guidance, I feel like it's almost like, for example, somebody says something that hurts somebody else's feelings, and the right person comes in at the right time to kind of mediate it and calm it down. You know what I mean? I feel like that's the divine guidance here. Like, if there's problems happening, the right people get involved to kind of work it out and smooth it out. People are feeling more comfortable with, it's just people are working towards it. Things are being set up purposely to work out problems before they become problems, bigger problems. I'm not saying everything's exactly like picture perfect, but when there's discord, it seems like it's calmed fairly quickly, and people are involved to just kind of smooth it out where necessary. And I feel like the way you're looking at it is like you can't expect people to always get along, but it seems like even when there's discord, it doesn't last long, and people are more in a work it out type atmosphere. Good? Okay. Now, this situation, in this cooperative effort I'm feeling, somebody, if not, at least one, if not a few more, I feel like they're stepping out. They're stepping out. I'm getting this let go. I'm getting the situation was good while it was what it was, but for some reason a couple people, if not, it's at least one, if not more, feels more like more for a lot of you. They're just saying that, their time here is done and they want to let go and move on, and I feel like they are. I don't feel like you're seeing this coming. But when this happens, it doesn't feel that bad, but it doesn't feel that good. Like, everything is still fine. It's not throwing anything off. But I'm getting the Five of Swords, and this is the card I was questioning, because it feels kind of like... when I'm looking at this situation, this card feels to me like, though, this isn't really what I wanted, but it'll work. It's like things are still going well, things are still succeeding, but it's just not really what you wanted. These people stepping out is not really something you wanted to happen, but things are still fine, so it's not bad. It's kind of like the fruitless wind. Like, you're losing some people, but it's not bringing anything down. It's just kind of like you prefer that didn't happen, but it did, and things are still good. And I'm getting on your side the study card, because I feel like you're wondering, like, why did that happen? To you, that seemed, you didn't see it coming. It's probably more than one person, but at least one person. When they did that, I feel like you're left with questions, like, why, wait, like, why? Like, why? I feel like there's a lot of whys going on here. Like, why this? Why that? And you were wondering if there was other problems going on that you just did not see. Or maybe people were just not telling you certain things were going on. And you're questioning, like, was everybody really getting along that well all this time? Or has there been some discord that just you don't know is happening? And you're starting to question, like, what's really happening? And you're trying to kind of dig in with other people, just trying to find out, like, were there problems going on? Or, like, why did these people walk away? Like, why did that happen? That's the study, because you have a lot of whys, and you want answers to these whys. Now, this, like, I pretty much already talked about this, but you got the King of Swords, going forth, having conversations. This is in the action line. You're talking with people, and I'm getting people are kind of looking at each other a little bit, because I feel like you're not the only one that was caught off guard by this. Other people as well were kind of not expecting it to turn out the way it did. They weren't expecting these people to walk out the way they did. It didn't destroy anything, but I feel like there's a lot of people going, why? Like, why did this happen? And I'm getting you... The action line is the King of Swords, people trying to figure it out. You're a part of this, trying to figure out why. People around the situation, I feel like they're kind of looking at each other like, did you know something was going to happen? And like the page is kind of like people just kind of wondering, is somebody else going to leave? A lot of like just kind of looking at each other kind of cross-eyed, well, not cross-eyed, a little slyly, like, are you going to leave next? Like, who's going to leave next? That seems a little weird to me. But that's how it's coming through, but that feels weird. It's like people are a little bit suspicious of each other is what I'm getting. This let go part, when at least one person, like I said, probably more, walked away. And it wasn't a bad thing, but I feel like the fact that it wasn't expected and a few people were caught off guard, I feel like people are wondering, like, why? What is happening? Like, why are people deciding to go? What is going on here? And I also feel like even though with the situation it didn't bring it down, it wasn't really something that was wanted, but I also feel like if it happened again, if more people left, that could be a problem. And I feel like people are a little bit nervous about this, and they're just trying to get a handle on what's actually happening. Sorry. Interesting sight outside my window at the moment. I live out in the country. Sometimes the things that go by my window, but that's fine. See, and I'm getting people are a little nervous because they're just like, if more people leave, this could be a problem. And I feel like people are nervous, like the situation that has been good and was really good, even though it's still okay right now, I feel like they're nervous. Like, if somebody else goes or somebody else leaves, that could disrupt the harmony of the situation. Now, I'm getting you with the Ace of Wands and the Justice right below it. You're coming, like, I feel like you're seeing it, you're realizing people are getting nervous, and I feel like you're taking action however necessary, and it might be bringing other people in, taking things on yourself, finding a way to just circumvent the problem. But you're taking the initiative to solve this problem where people don't have to worry about, other people leaving. I feel like you're taking initiative to fix the situation. Not that there's anything really wrong with it, but just to make it more secure. That way, if somebody else decides they want to leave, that's not a problem. And I feel you're the one taking the initiative to do that because other people around you seem like they're getting a little nervous about this, that, and the other thing, and you're kind of, I feel like you're looking at it like, well, I don't think we have to worry that much, but you're stepping in to make sure that comfort is brought back where people are like, oh, okay, we're okay, if somebody else leaves, we'll be fine, that's all right. I just feel like people have this idea that the rug was pulled out from under them because they didn't see it coming, and it just kind of like jarred them a little bit, and they didn't see this change happening. And even though, again, it wasn't really that bad, it's just kind of like, I feel like it's the uncertainty of not knowing like who might want to step out next. And like people seem to be spying on each other a little bit. I don't like that. I get that here with the Page of Swords because I feel like it's making people a little bit more, I don't know, people know who likes to be spied on. I mean, who really enjoys that? And I feel like people are aware of that, and it's just, I feel like that's something you might need to be aware of and try to like nip that in the bud, or close that down if you can. Try to like move people away from that behavior. It's a little weird to me. It feels, I don't know if this is one person or a couple people, but it feels weird to me. It's a little creepy. I don't like how it feels because I feel like people are like, circumspection, is that circumspection, or like I just feel like people are watching people and it's just a little bit too much. It's just it's a little creepy. I don't like it. And I feel like you're going to be flat out well aware of what I'm talking about when it happens. So if you don't see it now in this reading, everything else is hitting and you don't see who that is at the moment, it's coming in the future. This is more near the end part, just so you know. It's just a little creepy. I would be, if you recognize it for what it is, just kind of like, get them to stop or find a way to get them to stop because I feel like it's really creepy. The home safe protection is where this ends. And this is basically just a message saying the situation is fine. It's not going to fall apart. It's going to be okay. And I feel like you're more on board with that. I really honestly feel like at some point you're going to see this energy with the Page of Swords, and it's just like that little, like that spying energy. And like, I just feel like when you see that coming, one of the big pieces of this reading, is like when you see that happening and it's in the future, to squelch it, to shut it down, because I don't like how it feels. Something about that really makes me uncomfortable. Like that could become a problem, and that needs to be like shut right down. So once you notice it, I feel like if you see somebody doing it, or if you might even be tempted to do it, shut it down. I'm just kidding. Shut it down. Shut that, because I feel like that's a problem that can become a big problem. Anything else with this? So the overall situation is safe. I don't feel like there's a problem. I just feel like it's almost like out of left field in a way. And I just feel like it causes a little bit of a shake-up, and people might get a little bit out of control about how bad they think the situation could get. I don't feel like it's gonna. The thing is, you're gonna take initiative to put it back in order. That's gonna be fine. Just when this happens, this Page of Swords, like shut that down. Shut that down. I just feel it's a really gross feeling. Like that's not a good thing. That could become a problem. Because I feel like if that's not kept in check or shut down, it's going to persist and become more of something else later. I'm just getting shut that down now. Shut it down before it becomes something. Good? All right. Thank you for watching. I hope that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.